Kimberly. Allison from Starliner Music. Welcome to my channel. Today in fingerboard geometry, we're going to continue with caged movable chord forms. This time we're going to place the G form as the one chord. So we'll use the G form chord as the one, and then we will group our other diatonic chords or chords in the key around it. First, we'll look at some fingerings, and then we'll do some exercises. Here we go. I hope you enjoy it. Today in fingerboard geometry, we're going to continue with caged movable chord forms. We'll be taking the G form movable chord and using it as our one chord, or the center of our cluster of diatonic chords or chords in the key. So I'm going to start with this G form, and it comes from an open G, but I'm going to move it up the neck until it's like an A chord. So my pinky's under the root, and when I play this movable form, I usually either play the lower portion, meaning like this, or the bottom part, or the higher end of it. This is all derivative from a G-shaped chord, but I find the full bar chord to be clumsy. So here's the lower portion, and that's my one chord in this key A. So here's our group of chords, A being the one, and then the two chord in the key of A is B minor, and I'm going to use an A minor shape for that. And then I go on to the three chord. Now the root is C sharp, so you can see that's like a C shaped octave in this area of the fretboard. So the C shaped chord looks like this for minor. And then we're on to the four chord, that's a D, and that will be a major chord. Okay, and then we're on to the five chord, that's E, so here are E's, so that's a D shape. And then the sixth chord is F sharp, so we have F sharp minor. And then we're leaving off the seventh chord, that's G sharp diminished, just because we don't see a lot of bar chord diminished triads. So for our purposes now, we're going to leave off the G sharp diminished. So that's our grouping of chords. Now that we've looked at the key of A, let's try transposing that to another key. Let's move that group of chords now to the key of D. So I'm going to be moving up the neck. And as I said, with this G form, I tend to either use the bottom part of it. So that could be through the G string or B string. Either way, you have enough of the notes of the triad. Or you could use the top part of it, and I'm playing from the D string to the floor here. And so in this example, I will use the higher part of the G form chord. So this is my 1D. Notice my pinky is on the root this time. And then the two chord is E minor, so I'm using, again, the A minor shape. And the three chord is in the C shape. Now, fortunately, we are farther up the neck. The chord here is F sharp minor, and this is a lot easier to finger here. So that's F sharp minor in the C shape, and then we have G, that's our four chord in the C shape. Our five chord is A, and that's going to be in the E shape. And our six chord is B minor, and that's in the E shape. Now that we've looked at fingerings for a couple of keys, let's do some exercises. For our exercises, we will be playing a chord progression through the circle of fourths. If you don't know what the circle of fourths is, please look on screen. I have it shown there. Otherwise, I have a video on the circle of fourths, so you can check that out. So the first key for the circle of fourths will be the key of C, and the progression is 1, 6, 4, 5, 3, 6, 2, 5. So in the key of C, it would look like this. I'm going to use the lower portion of C here. Here's C, that is the 1. So 1, 6 is A minor, 4, that's F, 5 is G, 3 is E minor, 6 A minor, D minor is 2, and G is 5. Back to C. Then we continue through the circle of fourths. So the next key is F. It would look like this. This time I'm going to use the higher version of F. It's just easier to reach here. So here's F1. And then we have 6. That is D minor. And then we have 4. That's B flat. And then we have a 5. That's C. And then we have 3. That's A minor. Then we have 6 D minor, 2 G minor, 5 is C, and back to 1 F. Then you would continue through the circle of fourths. The next root would be B flat. Let's get a look. That's it for caged movable chords with the G form as the one chord. I'm Kimberly Allison from Starliner Music, and I hope to see you back on my channel soon.